Welcome to Spitbucket. This week we're here with Dr. Cliff Hawkins. Cliff, welcome to Spitbucket.
Thank you very much.
got
I was going to say, what am I?
the power of the people. He's come along to assist.
Welcome.
Now, we've got something very different today, haven't we?
Yes, we're going to try and improve one of these great wines that you've got here.
Okay. Basically, what we've got is a couple of red wines. We've got 2 glasses. As yet, you have not
No.
in any way touched them.
No.
You've developed a product. Can you tell us about this product?
Well, I'll tell you why we developed it for this particular application. I mean, all plants, grapes not unusual, but all plants, to protect their ability to reproduce, develop a protein which people and animals can't digest, and neither can the plant until it's fully ready to reproduce. And so from the time you cut a grape vine and put it into the ground, it starts producing these proteins, and their job is to preserve all the requirements for reproduction. And it goes into the skin, it goes into the actual berry itself, and into the seed, and into the actual stem. And it has a structure which normal enzymes can't break down, but it binds the tannins. So in the grape, it does 2 functions. It protects reproduction and it binds the tannins, the large tannins, the very astringent tannins.
Right.
So in a wine that is astringent, that's coming from the tannins bound to this protein, and the protein also is the bitter component of a wine. So a winemaker sets about getting rid of that problem, and they put in fining agents, which usually are a protein which has a similar sort of structure to the protein we're talking about in the grape. So they use things like casein and gluten and fish proteins and so on. And these, and milk proteins, all these are bad for 31% of the population. It causes them to have an intolerant reaction. But such structure the winemaker wants to bind the tannin and allow the other protein to sort of precipitate out and go away.
Yep.
And the process of maturing a wine is allowing that protein to progressively break down over time. So what we're going to try and do here is to use an enzyme which is a part of another food, which has been produced in large amount in that food, and it's specific for breaking down these types of proteins. And so we're going to put it into the wine, and in the amount we're putting, which is 2 drops, it will break down the protein, it will get rid of the astringency and get rid of the bitterness, and you'll be able to experience the full mouth of the wine and the flavour and the aroma of the wine, where before all that was hiding it from you.
So we're going to use the Bobby Burns Shiraz
Yes.
as our first testing. We've got 2 glasses. Each have got 2 glasses. We're going to get Cliff to add the refined to the second glass, and we'll go through a tasting process.
Well, give me your second glass, and we'll
Here we go. That's our second glass there.
put it on there. That's 2 drops.
Yep, 2 drops there.
And in a bottle you'd put about 12 drops.
12 drops to a bottle.
And for large production you use a very small amount because you have it in there for longer. But
Well, let's get to the situation where winemakers are now approaching Cliff in relation to doing it, obviously at the winemaking level.
I mean, that's the way to do it. You don't want to be doing what I'm doing here. You just want to pick up a wine and enjoy it.
You want to do it exactly right.
But you don't want to wait 20 years to get the full character of the wine. So
Okay, that was which one was it?
Second one.
Second one.
On the right.
Okay, let's do a tasting and the unadulterated tasting. Can you lead us through this process?
Adulterated. It's
Unadulterated.
Such a, yes, but
refined.
majority term. If you smell that, it's got sort of black fruits and black cherries and.
True.
Describe your palate though.
On palate. It has got some fairly soft tannins.
Yes, it has.
They are soft.
They are soft tannins, yeah. It's got reasonable length. Not a hugely long wine, but it's richly flavoured. I think it's a lovely wine to drink. I'd be more than happy.
It's a good wine. It's a good wine.
Absolutely.
That is a good wine to drink, actually. And I was here bagging it before we even started. I apologise for that.
He drove. That's the only reason he's here.
With the refine?
Well, we haven't got to it yet.
We have now.
Okay. Well,
Go through again. Go through the nose and go through the palate.
similar on the nose, isn't it? I mean, there's not maybe a tiny bit more floral.
Floral, it's more floral.
Get
You
more
can
floral.
get it,
Certainly a little bit more floral on the nose. You can easily go back and double check that. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You're driving, so you won't need the bucket, of course, will you?
I have no intention to have too much.
You don't get it does change the structure, the profile, doesn't it?
It changes completely.
Very much so.
It absolutely does.
But it actually,
It softens it.
yeah, it gets your whole mouth at drooling almost, in the sense that you feel the mouth.
It's almost a juicy.
Juicier. That's what I was going to say. It's a far juicier wine with the refine.
And it'll last with you. The palate will last with you for a longer time. The after effect of it.
And those soft tannins have just disappeared.
There was actually a harsh tannin in there. It was you know, the soft tannins come out of the skin mostly,
Yeah.
but out of the seed you're getting the harsher tannins.
That's quite remarkable, Ken.
It is.
Okay. If you have a family member who just, or a friend who finds it difficult to drink wine, touch base with us, and let's get that sorted. If you wanted to experiment yourselves in something that's quite unique, touch base. Winemakers, again, I think it's certainly worthwhile experimenting with it going forward. Thank you very much for
My
coming
pleasure.
along today.
Thank you so much for coming on Spitbucket.
Pleasure.
And
I think that's been a fascinating episode of Spitbucket, and remember,
we spit so you don't have to.
catch you next week.
We'll wait
Take
for
care.
you up and turn the camera off.